Hello everyone, my name is Al, and welcome to a professional match of StarCraft 2. In the bottom left corner, on the map Data C, we have our blue Protoss player from South Korea. He is Creator. In the opposite corner, our red Terran player, also from South Korea, he is Maru. Now, Maru versus Creator. I chose this match because I specifically want to look at this man. Maru is the best Terran in the world at the moment. In terms of his matchups, he is the best in TVZ, TVP, and also TVT. So I was thinking a little bit that maybe I shouldn't just mention these things off of what I think. So I looked at a website called Aligulac. Now that is a ranking website, I'm sure that a lot of you are probably aware of it, that ranks the players based on current tournament results. So there's a whole bunch of rankings that goes on, and it shows a lot of information and a lot of stats about the players. So I had a look at this just so that I can have a really clear view of what these statistics look like. Now obviously this is statistics, and statistics are only so good. I mean, on any given day, sometimes you can have a random player beating Maru, for instance. You know, it doesn't mean necessarily that because he's statistically the best, he is always going to win. I mean, StarCraft is a game that anything can happen, and sometimes a cheeky strategy or, you know, even just someone having a good day can mean that they beat the other player. You see the command center coming up here, by the way. That is quite a quick command center. Barracks into command center. Oh no, that's a normal timing. Excuse me. Second base also coming up for Creator. Now, Maru is the best Terran. Hands down, we can say that. But in terms of the Protosses, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, Hero is the best, don't get me wrong, but when we look at the top 10, and I'm going to quickly go through this. In terms of the top 10, according to Aligulac, we have Cyril number 1, makes sense. Maru number 2, Reina number 3. Reina's Zerg, by the way, not his Protoss. Dark comes in at 4th, Hero at 5th, which is pretty impressive considering that he came back from the military recently. Clem 6th. Maybe I should actually look at this fight. I'm looking at the second screen. There's a Reaper and an Adept busy trying to do things to each other. We've seen this, so let's move on. So, in 6th place is Clem, 7th place is Björn, 8th place Cure, 9 Max Packs, and then coming in at number 10 is actually Bunny, which is really cool. So that means that in the top 10, there's only 2 Protoss players, 3 Zerg players, and a bunch of Terrans. Now I've got to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Terrans. Yay, I can count to 5. Be impressed. Now, I think what really doesn't help is that I think it's this year, we've lost quite a few Protoss players, the South Korean Protoss players that is, to them needing to do their mandatory military service. So, Zest has gone to do that, Trap I think has left recently, and those are the ones that come to mind. But there might be a little bit more. So some of those guys that were considered the top, they're not competing anymore, which sucks for Protosses around the world. And what makes it hard for casting is that the only other Protosses, I mean, Hero, he's done a bunch of tournaments, so there's some games that I've got from him. Max Pax, on the other hand, he has not gone to an offline tournament yet. So I cannot get hold of any of his games. I've been looking to get a Max Pax game because he's a very exciting Protoss player, but yeah, I can't manage to find one. That is a very quick third base there. We do see a Widowmount drop here. Let's see what Maru does with it. 2 in the natural. Will they get any damage? Single probe, microing a little bit there. 1 more's going to go down in the main. Is he going to get a decent hit? Ooh, 9 workers down. That is a very good hit. The Medivac does go down. I think that's worth it. Oof, that was a big hit. 9 workers. So yeah, Bunch more Marines coming up here. We have a Raven and a Siege Tank. Switcheroos happening. Maru's going to go into his upgrades now. A Deb trying to poke. Nope, nothing's going to happen there. At the same time, we see some Stalkers moving across. With the tank, they shouldn't be able to get too much done. Creator's also going into charge. And he's got his robot. He's just at this stage making a couple of observers. Maru is well aware of what could be coming, so he's making sure that those Stalkers can't blink into the main. Tank's going to be set up on the low ground, if it can move past all the Marines. But yeah, anyway, so... Alright, let me not get too excited. Ooh, big hits there. He got rid of a worker. For a little bit of health damage on a Stalker. That seems fair. We have a couple more gateways, 3 more gateways coming up. And the War Prism. So Creator's definitely not planning on stopping this aggression. At least he shouldn't. At the same time, we see Marauders beginning. Stimpack, Combat Shields. That Siege Tank is tucked in there really nicely. So if you look at the range of where it can fire, if any of those Blink Stalkers try to blink into the main, well, he's not going to get it now. Maru, why do you make me look bad? Okay, because he's going to move across the map. The War Prism here, bunch of Zealots going in. So that's going to... Are they? Yes, they are. That's going to hit as Maru is moving across with his army. The Stalkers, they're going to try to slow down the army. Ooh, be careful, Creator. That War Prism moving across now. It's going to get a little bit of damage done. At the same time, these Stalkers, they're just trying to slow the Terran army down. Bunch more Zealots being warped in. A couple of Widow Mines to help defend. The reinforcements are here at the bottom. At the same time, we do see this engagement. Auto turrets coming down from the Raven. They're helping out a lot. Some good force fields here. The tanks are set up. This base could be in a little bit of trouble. The reinforcing Morpin should help a lot. At the same time, Maru has defended his base. His main base. One tank has fallen. The Zealots reinforcing. They're going to help get rid of the second tank. And Creator defends quite comfortably. Immortal came in to help. Maru is... Does he have a third base yet? Third base is almost finished. He has his +1 and +2 is about halfway done. Combat Shield Stimpack, they are done, so that's going to help a lot. Creator hasn't started any upgrades yet. Has he got a Forge? Yeah, the Forge is on the way, as well as the Templar Archives. Okay, these guys are getting so aggressive, I can't carry on my line of thought, which I've kind of lost now. But anyway, long version of the story, or short version of the story, is that I struggle to find some of the best Protoss players to cast. So we're going to have a look at some more of Maru's gameplay. And yeah, we'll keep a focus on what he is doing. Now, that being said, it's not that there are other Protoss players that are bad. I mean, I have casted a couple of Showtime games, Neeb and Estrella as well. Both of them have been doing very well. In amongst the top there is also Zhaon, which I haven't. I hope I said that right. Zhaon. I know it's a Chinese name, but pretty hard to say. So I'm gonna try and get one of those games in. This is a big push coming in with Marauders. All right, and he turns around and decides against it. Creator has gotten, or is about halfway through his fourth. Maru's third has landed. He is getting Ghost with enhanced shockwaves. That is a very good research. Helps to get rid of the shields of all of those Protoss units. Ghosts are pretty much, they're a good unit. They're good against, most late game comps. If you can afford them, I don't think you ever complain about having an extra Ghost. Protoss, they're good against all units, obviously because of EMP. And Zerg with the Snipe and EMP against spellcasters. They're just a very good utility. Ooh, that was a big storm there. Creator's going to try and hold on. He should be fine. This army is relatively low at this stage. Trying to get rid of the mines. Spectre being super annoying. That War Prism is really low. Maru's cycling around. He's got the Ghost ready. Okay, he puts down a couple... Ooh, big storm there. Puts down a couple of EMPs onto the cannons, actually. Interesting. Ghosts do survive. Medivacs running a little bit low on energy. These two at least. Gonna keep rotating around. Good storm again. Keeping that army at bay. Where was that High Templar? Oh, he's over there. Okay, so Maru is struggling to get a good bit of damage here. Creator is defending, I think, relatively well. At the same time, he's getting a Colossus out. He is getting extended thermal lance. And he started with his upgrades. Maru is going for his +2 attack upgrades. So he's a little bit ahead in terms of upgrades. Good EMP hitting there, taking all the shields away. This Protoss army suddenly looks very squishy. Colossus is going to help, but Colossus doesn't really do that much against the Marauders. Much better against the Marines. And Creator. Maru's just not going for a very Marine heavy comp at this stage. Getting some Vikings up to get rid of those Colossus as well. Ooh, big mine hit there. Run, mine, run! Nope, doesn't survive. Gets picked off. Fourth base is flying over for Maru. He's going to try reset, just stabilize his army a little bit. +2/+2 upgrades are coming up, so he's put on the second entry bay somewhere. There it is. So his upgrades are doing very well. Ship weapons also going up for him. Creator's expanding quite rapidly here. Going into his fifth, I mean it's 11 minutes, never mind. 4 bases versus 5. This base is almost up. This is where it becomes a little bit tricky to defend on this map, because you've now got to look at going to these bases. And this one is okay to hold, but you've got these elevated positions that the Terran can attack from. Don't really want to give that to him. Your other alternative is to go this way, but this is a very long way for the Protoss to defend. So Zerg players tend to spread across this way. Yeah, the Protoss, you're going to struggle to defend that corner of the map. Same, I guess, can be said for Terran, who's going to be spreading to that direction. Creator is at this stage getting Disruptors. Disruptors, the only real counter against those bad boys. I mean, EMP does work against them, but hopefully if you can explode them before they're able to land an EMP, it can help your army a little bit. I guess it's not really. You've got High Templar, but being able to feed back the Ghost, because if I'm not mistaken, the Ghost's EMP range is further than the feedback range. So, good EMP, another good EMP, a bunch there. Disruptor coming in, getting a bit of damage. Colossus coming in, yeah. Oh, Creator's army is split up. Okay. Shield battery, just going to help get those units back up to full shields. Maru decides to move away. He's going to wait for his next upgrades. 3 Zealot run by, they get hit by a mine, and the Vikings come in to look. Planetary is going to chase them away, plus the Ghost. Alright, nothing major there. So yeah, Protoss just trying to get their splash out. He is going into Stargates now, so that could be a sign that he's going to go into things like Tempests, maybe? Maybe he just wants a counter to... I doubt. The Stalkers can take out the Vikings. Yeah, so we'll see what he does with it. Couple more Zealots going to run by here. Maru's army moving in here. It is spotted by the Observer. Couple of preemptive storms. Those two being turned into an Archon. Good EMPs coming down. Maru is dealing a lot of damage to this army. I think this base is in a little bit of trouble. Yep, it does fall. Good splits there. Some good micro from Maru. These Zealots are going to have a little bit of run by. Let's see what they can get done. That is 11 probes down. Yeah, this is a good position here. Bunker as well as the mine there. Doing enough to keep those Zealots from doing any damage. This so far is a really solid game from Maru. He hasn't really done too poorly. Look at it, the resource costs. I mean, the Protoss is almost double the minerals lost. A little bit more gas. I mean, he is playing so efficiently. Oh, there's a fight in the middle. Let me keep my eyes on the fight. Oh, watch out for the disruptors. So yeah, what I like about ZVT is, this is not Zerg, PVT, excuse me, is the dynamics of the game. Ooh, those are some big disruptors. Good disruptor hits. This is a very... Sorry, I got quiet there because I'm trying to figure out who's actually winning it. The reinforcements are going to help. Vikings are landing. Colossus and a couple of High Templar, a couple more disruptors coming in to help. Storm going down. Ooh, a couple more storms, yeah. Creator does manage to survive. That was a very scary push. But yeah, in terms of the matchup, Terran is trying to get into their ghosts, and they're just trying to stay one step ahead of the Protoss. So they want to make sure they've got enough Vikings to deal with Colossus. They want to make sure they've got ghosts to deal with the shields, and then enough of a Marauder Medevac and Marine split, obviously, to be able to deal the bulk of the damage. Widowmine drop gets caught. Probe's going to be sacrificed. Why, Creator? Why are you so brutal? In terms of the Protoss, they are just trying to get up to splash. So what we often tend to see is that they'll start building a couple of Colossus, then maybe moving into some High Templar for storms, and then eventually getting the disruptors for those big money hits. Good cancel on this base here. Maru just staying very active on the map. Sometimes we will see the Protoss player also heading into some Skytoss units. Sometimes. In this case, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Creator necessarily has the resources for the change. He's also only got one Stargate. You might want to look into it because Maru is getting Liberators now. Liberators are great at zoning those disruptors. So that's what I mean about this matchup, is it starts in layers and they layer their counters to each other. You know, Protoss gets Colossus, so Terran has to get Vikings. Then Terran's got Vikings now. Protoss doesn't want to build Colossus anymore, so they've got to go into Disruptors. What helps against Disruptors is the Liberators. You know, very dynamic. There is the... Ooh, watch out, upgrade. I don't even know what upgrade that is. Yeah, interesting. We'll find out soon enough. Nuke coming down. That is very ambitious. If he actually hits that nuke, yeah, Protoss army will move in time. A lot being lost to those. Ooh, and he actually hits the ghost. Well done. Those Liberators are doing a good job though, dealing a lot of damage. Upgrades looking good. Terran is maxed out on infantry upgrades. He's actually up an upgrade. That is huge at this point. Okay, the Disruptors, they don't really care too much for upgrades. But these Liberators zoning for the infantry is going to be very useful. Though we do see a nice flank here coming from Creator. Is he going to be able to get rid of these Liberators? They deal so much damage. Very scary to fight in those liberation zones. I think he should be okay. Army supply is in a major lead for Maru. Creator's army is running a little bit low. He's still got a good work account. He's got a very good work account. But the army is just lacking. Maru has just been taking such good fights. Look at those resources. That is huge differences. Maru just being super cost efficient with his trades. Okay, we do see the mothership coming in. Interesting. With more Disruptors, more Colossus. Stalkers trying to be aggressive again. Creator's just had no opportunity. He hasn't been able to deal much damage. I mean, look at that. That's 8 SCVs versus 31 probes being lost. Really not many SCVs being lost at all. Maru is just so strong defensively. That is an ambitious command center. Couple of units here for Creator to try to stop it, but I don't think they're going to be too successful. And at that point, he's going to set up some liberation zones just to get rid of everything. Yeah, okay, gets rid of the bunker on this side, but the infantry will come help out. 4 SCVs do fall. It's better than nothing, but I mean at this stage it only means so much really. Ooh, Maru expanding very greedily. Dark Templar, Dark Shrine, Dark Templar, Dark Shrine coming up for the Dark Templar, that thing. Yeah, so he's going to use the Dark Templar as a harassing unit just to deal some damage, because Maru is just, there's no stopping him at this point. I mean, Creator's holding on, don't get me wrong, but sometimes a little bit barely. I mean, he's got the mothership, but it's not going to be that useful. I mean, there's no Vikings, so I guess that's okay. One zealot causing nonsense here in the mineral line, and Maru picks up everything and leaves. He sees that army coming. Couple more ACVs falling. Where did I miss that? Maru heading down this side. That's 17 probes and 15 SCVs fallen. Oh, wait, the SCVs was here. Sorry. Okay, these armies are going to meet. Now the mothership obviously cloaking, that makes it quite nice, although Maru's got so many scans I don't think he cares too much for the cloaking. I would like to see something interesting being done with that mothership. Otherwise it's just going to fall. Nice disruptor hit, getting rid of 4 marauders. Not too bad. A couple of DTs being warped in, just to be made into Archons. I was about to say, having them cloaked by the mothership does not give them a double cloak. Maybe it should. Maybe that would make Dark Templar viable in the in open battles. No, I don't think that's a good idea. Let's not do that. Okay, they are both setting up here. The final fight is very close. There's still one High Templar in that war prison being ferried up and down. That's a little bit of a panic disruptor movement there. For the most part, Creator's been doing really well with his disruptors, only firing one at a time, like this. You send one, then you send the next one. Ooh, gets hit by the Liberators though. We see Tempests on the way. Tempests are going to help deal with these Liberators. The invisible army trying to... Ooh, you don't want to fight in there. No, they deal so much damage. That is a very strange... slow time from the mothership. Don't know, I guess he wanted to stop the Liberators from moving so easily. I don't know if you should be fighting around this pillar. That definitely favors the Terran. Ooh, the mothership is going to fall to the Vikings, and it does. I think Creator is in a little bit of trouble. Maru's army supply way more. He's also only got one Tempest. It's an ambitious Tempest, but the Vikings will get rid of it. This base goes down. Maru is on the rampage. He is just stomping through, playing very nearly a flawless game. These two armies going to meet in the middle. Alright, now the Terran's running from the Protoss, trying to get in a good position. Ooh, watch the disruptors. He's okay. Gets rid of that disruptor. One hit there, good hit there again. Maru's still up in army supply. This army from Creator is starting to fizzle away. He's trying to get reinforcements. There is so much happening at this stage, but I think Maru just has so much. Look at the supply. It is plummeting. Maru's chasing this army. I don't think Creator's got anything that he can do against this. And GG is called. Maru takes Creator in a very, very well executed Terran versus Protoss. I hope that you've enjoyed this game. I think it was a nice, exciting one. Very punchy between these two players. If you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like rating. I do appreciate all of your support. If you want to see more StarCraft content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.